Phil Spencer making the rounds once again, pretty much laying into what I think is Sony and taking some veiled shots at them, which I thought is very much something that is needed. I'm not trying to say that basically what he's saying is right or wrong. Well, I mean, in my opinion, I guess he's right. Because I think that he makes a lot of sense. And to be honest with you, he deserves to take some shots at Sony because Sony's the only one kind of holding up this whole Activision deal. And for him to go out there and, speak honestly, I think is an underrated thing. Yes, he has respect for Sony. Yes, he likes PlayStation. Yes, that's fine. But I think at the end of the day, you have to realize that it's a business, and PlayStation has made a name for themselves by buying exclusives, buying companies, and having those companies do big things for them. So Phil Spencer is very much talking about PlayStation right here. And you know what? I think that this is just really a really big deal. I think that this is an absolute brilliant thing on his part. I definitely want to get into it. I'm sure everybody's talking about it. Stick around. Hey everybody, I'm Crap Gamer. This is Crap Gamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I appreciate it. Please leave a like on the video. I'm looking to get 100 likes on each of the videos. It means a lot to me, and it helps out tremendously. Like I said, it's a very small goal, but it is my goal, and so if you could help out with that, I would be most humbled and gracious, and continue to do many years of content, hopefully. So thank you guys. So Phil Spencer was speaking quite frankly, and he said that Xbox will struggle to continue as a global business if the company doesn't establish a foothold in mobile, which is very serious. While the company's proposed acquisition of Activision Blizzard is often framed as Xbox trying to purchase Call of Duty, Phil Spencer reiterated previous claims that this almost $70 billion deal is primarily driven by Microsoft's mobile gaming ambitions. He said, and I quote, "The idea that Activision is all about Call of Duty on console is a construct that might get created by our console competitor," which is talking about PlayStation, obviously. He told The Verge's Decoder podcast. While not naming Sony directly, the Xbox boss went on to reference concerns the PlayStation maker has submitted to competition regulators currently scrutinizing the transaction. And he says, and I quote, "I haven't heard Nintendo has been sending in any complaints about the deal," according to Phil. He said that over the past 5 or 6 years, all the growth in the $200 billion global gaming business has come from the mobile segment, while console and PC revenues have remained relatively flat. Spencer, asked about a recent comment Microsoft made to a regulator about being a small player on PC and mobile, said, "I don't think anybody needs that quote from us to understand how irrelevant we are in mobile. Anybody who picks up the phone and decides to play a game would see that on their own. And PC as well. Our trials and tribulations over the last 5-6 years in PC gaming are well kind of documented, and we continue to work at it, and I love the work that the Xbox app team has put on PC, and our PC studio is doing great work on the PC, but it takes time." He added that in terms of Activision's opportunity, and I keep saying this over and over, and it's true, it definitely starts with the view that people want to play games on every device that they have, and in a funny way, the smallest screen that we play on is actually the biggest screen when you think about the install base in the phone. That's just a place where if we don't gain relevancy as a gaming brand, we're not alone in seeing this. Over time, the business will become untenable for any of us. If we're not able to find customers on phones, on any screen that someone wants to play on, you really are going to get segmented to a niche part of the gaming, and running a global business will become very challenging. Spencer added, as a percent of overall gaming business, the console business is shrinking because the overall business is growing and console stays relatively flat as a business, the same with PC. And then when you look at the largest gaming companies out there, Tencent being the biggest gaming company in the world, so much of their revenue comes from mobile, and they put their business success, what they've earned through that work that they've actually done, into the market, acquiring other studios at a very fast rate. That puts us, a lot of us out there who are maybe traditionally segmented to one screen and one device, in a position of, okay, if you play this out over 10 years, if console itself is not going to grow and PC will grow in certain years and not others, and mobile continues to grow, how do you continue to run the business and stay competitive with others that are out there, either acquiring talent, building new business models, new distribution, building new franchises? It's critical that if you're trying to run an at-scale global gaming business, that you meet your customer where they want to play, and more mobile is the place people want to play. Activision Blizzard last week said its monthly active user base totaled 368 million for the quarter that ended September 2022, and Candy Crush maker King accounted for 240 million players. World of Warcraft and Diablo studio Blizzard for 31 million, and Call of Duty publisher Activision for 97 million. King has more players than the other Activision Studios divisions combined and generates more revenue too. So it was put to Spencer, Microsoft is actually buying the Candy Crush company rather than the Call of Duty one. Absolutely, he responded. And in addition, remember that it's not in the Candy Crush King number is Call of Duty Mobile and Diablo Mobile, which are big franchises that exist in the Activision bucket and in the Blizzard bucket. Those are also major players on phones. Now, the proposed acquisition would be the game industry's biggest ever deal. The deal is obviously being scrutinized heavily, but Spencer also reiterated that if you look at the totality of what Activision Blizzard King does, where their customers come from, where they make money, it's the same reason that Take-Two looked at Zynga, and they've got to build their mobile capabilities. He'd say, I say Activision Blizzard King did a better job of doing that earlier, definitely better than we did, and they're now in a position where they've got great PC franchises, great console franchises, and great mobile franchises. For us, the real differentiation is that they add to us is their mobile capabilities. So, again, it looks like it's much more than about just Call of Duty, which I've been saying for a while now, and it makes a ton of sense for them to kind of come out and just be honest about this. Again, it really comes down to what they're going to be able to accomplish in the amount of time that they have available with these studios and things like that. I think it makes sense for them to go through with this deal, and I hope that it goes through, because as a fan, I want to see these type of deals go through. I want to see Microsoft be able to go out there and do what they deem necessary. And, you know, Call of Duty, Diablo, all these games in Game Pass, day one is the goal, but also the ability to have your stuff on a mobile side that's already established, I think is huge. And I think that's really what it comes down to. Now, Call of Duty, that's great, that's big. Although, again, I kind of speak to the tune that I feel like there's no one singular franchise or game that honestly would ruin another company, right? Like, I don't see Call of Duty, even if it was exclusive to Xbox, I don't see that ruining PlayStation in any way. Now, I do think we'll continue to see Microsoft get some studios and things like that. I like the fact that Phil kind of mentions, hey, you know what, Tencent, the largest company, they're buying up all these platforms, and, you know, pretty much nobody's saying a damn word about it, and he is 100% right. You know, and Sony's buying Bungie and all these other companies, and nobody says a damn thing about it. Like, I can understand the frustration there, and I hope that everything kind of comes out looking better at the end of the day anyway. You know what I mean? That's something that I feel like, you know, Phil is doing a pretty good job with something like this, you know, and it's going to take some time, but, you know, I think that we're going to start to see everything come together for Xbox. Let me know what you guys think. Sound off, rate, comment, subscribes. I am going to link this in the description below. I really want you guys to check it out, read all about it. It's going to be like super interesting to see exactly what everybody thinks, because I know everybody thinks like slightly different than everybody else. So, you know, I guess we'll have to wait and see. You know, it's going to be very interesting. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, Crap Gamer, I'm out. Thanks for watching. Crap Gamer out.